All right, welcome back to Vicky 3 Academy. I just finished the Tier 5 technology video, and I realized that I really do want to have like an honorable mentions critical technology, even if I am finishing the series today. I want to talk about landing craft very briefly. This ignores difficult landing penalty. It means that you can actually conduct naval invasions against enemies of relatively comparative strength a lot more easily, because it's a 25% penalty that you suffer whenever you're doing a naval invasion, and that lets you ignore it. That's really really good. Squad infantry down here, these guys are just strict upgrades to the trench infantry, and they're pretty good strict upgrades too, right? The trench infantry, the only thing that you have to add in order to go from trench to squad and therefore gain an extra 15 offense and even an extra 5 defense is 3 radios. That's all you have to do to get those extra points. You even also you lose the provinces captured penalty, so you get to conquer territory a lot faster. So like trench infantry to squad infantry is actually a very big deal in terms of your offensive capabilities. It's not a big difference in terms of defense, but it's a huge upgrade in terms of offense, and all you need is radios. And so what that means is not only is this technology here, NCO training, very very helpful, but for that matter, radio is very very helpful. This technology is one of these things that it's gonna show up in like basically all of your military stuff. Trump sock doesn't even have a navy, so we can't show it off there, but a lot of your later techs are also going to require navies or radios. You don't need radios for your artillery, so nobody has to tell anyone. There's no artillery spotter or anything like that. Same with scouts. No, you can't use radios for your scouts. That's impossible. But you can use them for infiltrators. And infiltrators, although I think they're just like strictly worse than machine gunners, they do use different resources. And so if your goal is to spread out your industries into different things, you could use them here. But I think infiltrators needs to be buffed because this is just horrible in comparison to this. But fortunately, this is amazing, and this is also really really good. Mechanized infantry are tanks, and they are very powerful. They're very expensive. That's the only thing that's like I'm down on about them, but like they're very very powerful. So you really can't survive without radios in the mid to late game. Also, if you are having issues in regards to securing silk for yourself in multiplayer, be aware that synthetic plants out of art silk can help you. I think it really depends on the nature of the games that you guys are playing. If you're really, really competitive and everyone's fighting each other for every plot of land, art silk is going to be very helpful. Whereas if you're going to easily be able to secure access to silk, then obviously it becomes a lot less good. Combustion engine's really sweet. Compression ignition and combustion engine are very good automating technologies. Same with conveyors. I talked about the psychology line in the tier 5 video, but I think depending on how many pops you have to manage, the psychology line might almost deserve its own video. But like there's like just a bunch of text in here that ultimately I think I didn't highlight for a good reason, that they're things that will come to you, and they're good when they come to you. But the critical technology videos, they're really about like what things you should be clicking to research, not relying on tech spread to research. And I think that we talked about basically all of them. There are some that people like to talk about, like canneries, but I don't even know if I really agree with that. Canneries is okay. It lets you spend iron in an industrial sense on something other than construction, which I guess if your construction sector is running out of peasants to upgrade, then it's a way to like smooth out your demand inside of your economy and thereby not crash the price of your fish. But like I think unless something bad is happening, canneries doesn't really do anything. Same mostly with mechanized workshops. Mechanized workshops isn't bad actually for the furniture manufactory upgrade and the way to put tools to work there. Because it's not just an automation, it's actually a way to employ more pops specifically in the furniture manufactories. But I think the biggest upgrade from mechanized workshops is just access to electrical generation, which is really sweet. But yeah, there's a lot of text in here that I think I I wouldn't even necessarily consider honorable mentions. I would consider the a lot of the other texts like the reason that this series exists. They are technologies that are helpful but not critical, and therefore not part of the series. All right, yeah, that's Walker, and that's sort of. Oh, I'll rebrand this. This is the honorable mentions and dishonorable, not unmentionable. This is the honorable mentions and the unmentionables. Okay, that's Walker. Take care.